everybody. Good afternoon in the UK. Good morning uh, in the US to our colleagues there. So welcome to the 2005 Spring School. Um, so we have about 2.5 hours going as part of the Spring School, and so we'll just make a quick move on to the program. Firstly, I would like to introduce Ashish Sharma, who is the PI of the Cleets Global Center, and following that, Jonathan Radcliffe, based at the University of Birmingham, for a short introduction. So, Ashish, on to you.
Thank you, Dimitris. I think we have our pre-survey QR code on the screen. If you have not scanned, please scan it and fill that survey. That would be really helpful, as we would like to gauge your interest in the program, and there would be a post survey following that as well. So I'll give 15 seconds for all of you. If you have not, please scan the pre-survey. And the second QR code is the agenda, if you want to look at the agenda, or you can find it on our website too. Okay, so welcome everyone to the Spring School 2025. I am Ashish Sharma. I lead this global center, which is Clean Energy and Equitable Transportation Solutions, with jointly with my colleague in the UK, Jonathan Radcliffe, and who is at University of Birmingham. So this is a global center, and then Dimitri is a co-I at Cardiff University, who is leading the Spring School of this semester. This Cleets is a part of inaugural NSF Global Center program. I'm just checking the slides are not moving. Maybe I'll try again.
Do you want?
Okay, yes, sorry. So this is part of the inaugural.
Ashish, just let me know which slide you wanted to show.
Oh, you are sharing the slides?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, sorry. I was thinking I'm sharing the slides. Okay, so so can we have the next slide, please? So this Global Center is part of our inaugural NSF program that started in 2023. And the theme of the program was to use inspired research to address global challenges in climate change and clean energy. And through this program, it was co-sponsored by multiple federal agencies across the globe, which included UKRI in UK, National Science Foundation in US, CISRO in Australia, as well as Canadian agencies. So there were 4 agencies that joined forces together to look at research that are at convergence, based on convergence science and use inspired. So we have partnered with UK to look at issues related to decarbonizing transportation. So I do not have much to share, but I would like Dimitris to share more details about the program, but I'll just stop at a slide which talks about the program objectives. Dimitris, if we can have the next slide. So we have 4 primary objectives through this program. First is we'd like to establish a global center for climate change, clean energy, and clean transportation research, where we are not just partnering with institutions in US and UK, but also we are broadening our reach by joining forces with institutions in Brazil, India, and Africa. And we are talking to multiple more institutions as we speak. The idea is to do community design and land use planning. How do we look at options to increase travel efficiency and ultimately transition to net zero emission vehicles as well as fuels? And the second objective is to do international partnerships, as you can see just from the nature of this event. We'd like to enhance international collaboration to produce knowledge, and how do we accelerate decarbonization of both energy and transportation? Even though the transportation is the prime focus, but we can't think of transportation without talking about energy. And third is knowledge transfer, community and stakeholder engagement. So we'd like to engage in a lot more conversations with industry, and this is one of the events where we are talking to Arup, for example. We have on our team and collaborative partners from nonprofit sector, both in US and UK, and as well as civic partners. And fourth objective is on education, training, and inclusion. And that's the key objective for which we're meeting here. to really work on education. How do we enhance training and increase the workforce across US and UK, especially around decarbonizing transportation and making transportation a sustainable means. The next slide, Dimitri.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just laying out our test beds. So we are focusing in the US on the Great Lakes region with a lot of focus around Chicago because that's where we are based at. But we'd like to expand it throughout the region as we move forward. And second is in the UK, we are focusing on South Wales and West Midlands, where both Cardiff and University of Birmingham are. So these are all of our partners. We have 5 institutional partners, universities. We are at Discovery Partners Institute, which is at the system office, along with both campuses, University of Illinois Chicago and University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, as well as Arizona State University in the US. And then we have in the UK, University of Birmingham and Cardiff University. We also have a federally sponsored partner, which is National Center for Atmospheric Research. In addition, we have multiple industry partners, and we are increasing our partnership, working with more. For example, in this meeting, we are including Arup, as well as a lot of nonprofit and government partners. So, and then we have on our team around 60 plus staff, which includes students and postdocs and faculty and researchers. So I'd just like to share that students, if you are really interested in a lot of themes that we cross-cut, we are not talking about all the themes today, but there are multiple other focus areas. You can visit our website, and if there synergies that you feel you're interested in, please feel free to reach out to any faculty member across the pond, either in US or UK, so that we can really include you, and if you're interested, develop such program or education programs with you. I will give the floor to Dimitris to carry on with the rest of the program.
Sorry, thank you, Ashish. And prior to that, maybe Jonathan wanted to add a couple of words before we start. Jonathan? Okay, we'll come
sorry.
back. Yeah.
Sorry, it's on mute somewhere else. So thanks Ashish and Dimitris. Just welcome to colleagues who have joined at the University of Birmingham and to others from around the world. And I think one of the distinctive features of the programme really is how we're trying to connect different aspects of decarbonisation that really makes this unique, both between countries, which now more than ever is important, but also between disciplines. We do social science and engineering, but also across different parts of the energy system, thinking transport, energy networks, and so on. So, and I think this spring school today is a really good example of how those are really strongly connected, and we need to really understand those connections and the coupling between the two if we're to progress. So, yeah, look forward to the rest of today. Thanks.
Thank you, Jonathan. Just with all the technical difficulties, I kind of missed introducing myself, although you have my name a couple of times. I'm Dimitri Potoglou. I'm a professor in transport in the School of Geography and Planning, and I, along with my colleague Sri Raj from the University of Illinois at Chicago, we are co-leading the Transport and Equitable Transportation Trust for Cleets. And today I'm introducing the 2025 Spring School. Of course, I'm not alone in this effort. A few other colleagues are supporting the educational element of the Cleets Global Center. So you already heard Jonathan Radcliffe from the University of Birmingham. There is also Ria Kontu from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. My colleague Sherry Raz from the University of Illinois at Chicago, and Marty Andres at the Arizona State University. So perhaps Ria, Sriraz, and Marty, maybe just a quick word of introduction. Let's start with Ria.
Hi all, hopefully you can hear me. Good to see you today, and I really look forward to an enjoyable and educational REITs meeting. Thank you very much, Dimitris, and the whole team for putting it together.
Thank you, Ria. Thank you. Sriraz.
Well, thank you, Dimitri. Because you insisted, I'll say a couple of words. this is fantastic to see an eclectic audience from around the world, crossing different time zones, different disciplines, and coming together to see how science can move forward, cutting across disciplinary boundaries. We traditionally are very um, negligent about how to integrate science across disciplinary boundaries. And then Cleets are giving us a great opportunity to bring scientists and academicians and students and researchers together under the same umbrella. And so this is a fantastic. I'm eagerly looking forward to what Arab is going to present to us. And I hope this is not just a one and done deal. We continue to do this work over and over again. And I'll toss it back to Dimitri.
Thank you, Sriraz. And last but not least, good morning, Marty.
Good morning, everyone. Hello from the desert in Arizona. I'm a professor in the College of Global Futures, the School of...
We can't hear you very well, Marty.
Not sure how to fix that. My mic is on. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So hello from Arizona, Arizona State University, College of Global Futures. Clearly, transportation systems consistent with living within the planetary boundaries is a key goal for the future, and this is an exciting endeavor to try to achieve that goal.
Thank you, Marty. Marty says hello. We have a bit of difficulty to hear you, but I just relay all your good wishes and the enthusiasm for joining this school as well. Just before we start, just to give you a little bit of background in terms of the education efforts that are being undergoing as part of the Cleets Global Center. We work with all sorts of students of all ages, so to speak. So we've run programs with 4 to 18-year-olds in the US as part of the Sky Scouts program. A few months ago, we ran the Autumn School for 2024, which was the inaugural school for the Cleets Global Center, and our audience is people like us in academia, all sorts of levels, undergraduate, master's, PhD. We've also run roundtables. For example, in the previous spring school, we had Jacobs. This time we have Arup as our collaborators. We talked about last mile delivery. We also had, that wasn't March 2025, it was last year, I think. And then hydrogen infrastructure, one of our colleagues works on hydrogen infrastructure and run roundtables there as well. We have annual workshops, and our team is getting together, but also we're trying to expand our network and bring new partners in from all over the world. Of course, we participate in conferences. We have the upcoming SRI conference at Chicago in June, where quite a few colleagues are participating there, and we have special sessions led by Cleets colleagues, and of course, public talks and educational research as well. In terms of today's endeavor, so to speak, all of us attending, obviously, students who are attending today's spring school, you are appointed as Cleets Associates. Also, you're invited to the Cleets yearly workshop to network with international faculty and industry in the transportation, energy, and climate sectors. This is also an opportunity to meet US and UK colleagues. Of course, you're going to receive a certificate as part of completing this school today, and also have access to seminars and workshops. So you are on our mailing list, and we'll be reaching out to you with any kind of information and opportunities to engage with us. In terms of what we're trying to achieve today, we laid out a few learning objectives. Obviously, we want students to become familiar with concepts around climate, transportation, electrification, sustainability more generally. We try to shape courses according to students' interests, and that's why we seek feedback before those workshops, these schools, but also after we complete each one of those. We're looking at a holistic, a whole system perspective, which involves interdisciplinary work, and that's why you see colleagues engaging or collaborating from engineering, social sciences, computer science, and so on. We're looking to build new knowledge as well by engaging students in summer work as well, through projects and theses, but also create a cohort students that benefit from this interaction. And now I'll just pass the microphone to my colleague, Rakmini. Rakmini is a senior research associate at the department at DPI at the University of Illinois, who will just spend a couple of minutes to provide some feedback from the answers you have already provided. So Rakmini, over to you.
Thank you, Dimitri. Thanks for doing the survey, pre-survey, everyone. We really appreciated all your feedback. If you haven't done so already, the next slide has the QR code again. So some of you have answered our pre-survey and discussed your perspectives and opinions about what you expect the spring school to be. So some of the questions we asked all of you were what your expectations about the spring school were, whether to provide knowledge relevant to your coursework or research. So most of you answered that that is very true. And we also asked questions about whether participating in spring school would be valuable for your career and academic goals. And most of you answered very true or somewhat true to that as well. So that's wonderful to know. And for the question, I expect spring school to provide help me with networking and connecting me with academics and professionals in climate, clean transportation, and sustainable transportation. That is also most of you answered very true for that as well. Can we go to the next slide? Thank you. So we also asked some questions about your confidence and interest in topics related to sustainable transportation and clean energy. And most of you indicated somewhat confident to both the questions. So we hope to change that in the course of next couple of hours in this workshop. So for the question about why you are interested in climate change and sustainable transportation solutions, a lot of you mentioned that it supports your professional and academic interests and career goals. You want to explore solutions related to climate change and sustainable future, and you want the opportunity to network and collaborate with peers and experts in the field, and also to expand knowledge and deepen the understanding on topics related to sustainable transportation. So we look forward to spending some time and having a good time to hear and address all these interests that you mentioned here. If you haven't done the pre-survey already, the QR code is here again. Take a minute to finish it. Thank you.